If you would like to know how I built this in 2 days, check out this whole video. I'm going to walk you through step by step everything that we did, a couple mistakes that were made, what I'd do differently if I built this same thing again. If you don't want to see all the details, just skip to the end of the video. About the last minute, I'll give you a full walkthrough on how everything turned out with some finished pics. So the first thing we did was cut out the existing baseboards for our new storage trunks and bed frames that we're putting in, and then we started to do a fur out on the wall. Now, the reason that we did the fur out for the shiplap, because normally you could just put the shiplap straight on the drywall, is that there's a couple of existing plugs down low, and they didn't want to bring in an electrician to move those plugs and add an additional plug. So basically what we did was we furred the wall out to where we could add some inset plugs to work with the existing plugs. Now, I'm not saying that this is the best option, but this is per request of the homeowner and builder, and sometimes that's just what you got to do. However, we did design it to where you can still access the original plug, so if there ever is an issue, they won't have a problem changing anything out. Here we're cutting out for that inset plug that I just mentioned. This one's going to be about 18 inches from the ceiling. We're doing a top shelf up there, and they really wanted a plug up there mainly to run some lights. And in hindsight, I kind of wished I would have taken that plug and cut the hole horizontally rather than vertically, and you'll see why here in a bit. The dimensions on this wall is 9 foot by 9 foot. I bought 8 foot shiplap pieces, and I really wish I just would have went ahead and bought 12 foot pieces. I thought doing this there'd be a lot less waste, which there was, but the amount of time and labor to cut the extra small pieces at the end just wasn't worth it. I wish I would have just bought 12 foot pieces and cut them to fit. Here we're cutting a hole for one of the other plugs. This is going to be slightly above the mattress. I'm using my DeWalt oscillating tool right here. If you don't have one of these, you got to get one. I use this tool all the time. As you can see right here, we got our inset plugs put in and access to the original plugs. Right here, we're putting together some storage boxes for both ends of the bed. We're using 3/4 inch pine. I usually will tack everything together with trim nails, and on the ends right here, we did pocket holes to secure everything together. I'm not really worried about seeing the pocket holes since one's going to be up against the wall and the other one's going to have some decorative pine on the face. We designed these storage boxes to be about 15 inches deep. There is a little bit of wasted space at the bottom, but any deeper would have made it very difficult to kind of reach down in anyways. Right here, we're gluing on the end caps for our storage boxes. You'll notice I have pocket holes on this too. That's mainly because this material only comes in 11 1/4 inches wide. We needed about 12 1/2 inches, and I'm building everything on site. Normally, I would just glue the panels up overnight and let them dry, but seeing as how you're never going to see that, I just figured that was a quick way to put it together. At this point, we're putting together some face trim for the bed frame and its supports just to make it look a little nicer. I didn't get a video of me screwing up the bed frame, but we built it to fit a queen size bed, which is about 80 by 60. Nothing really to it, just 2x4s and screws. Now the face frame is put together. We're just going to put a little glue on the back side, and we're going to slide this in there and throw a few trim nails in it. So next up, we're going to go ahead and cut a lot of our pieces for the drawer boxes we're going to put underneath this bed. They're pretty good size. They're about 3 foot wide by about 4 foot deep, and we're putting some small 1-inch casters on the bottom. I love this clamp right here to give me those nice straight cuts on these wider rips. Now that all of our pieces for the drawer boxes are cut, we're going to go ahead and start the assembly process. Right here, I'm just marking everything at 1/4 inch because we're going to inset the drawer bottom. For the drawer boxes, we're building these very similar to how we did the storage boxes. We're tacking everything together with trim nails, and then we're going to come back through with our pocket holes and go ahead and screw those together. And you can always add a little glue for a little extra strength if you like. We put the pocket holes on the front and the back side of the drawer, back side in which you'll never see, and the front side is going to have a drawer facing, so we're good there too. And here are the 1-inch casters that I ordered. These are non-swivel because we don't want the drawer moving around on us. We just want it to be able to pull in and out straight. For the drawer face, we're getting everything lined up, and then we're just coming back through and adding some screws on the inside to attach it. Since these drawers won't have any traditional handles, we're going to cut a handle out of the face trim. To do so, I'm using my jigsaw. We went about 11 inches wide since these drawers are right at 35 inches. Now to do a test fit and see if everything lined up good. Perfect. Now that everything's fit, we're going to go ahead and do one of the last things, and that is edge banding. Most of this build is of plywood, so we don't want the veneer core to show, so we're going to do a little edge banding. This is pre-glued, so all you have to do is cut it to fit and iron it on. After we completed the edge banding, all that was left was to get everything puttied up and sanded. Didn't get a video of that because it's pretty basic, but here's the final look. We got our inset plugs. We got our top shelf for her lights and decor. We did some storage lid on the storage bins. They're about 15 by 12 by 60, so a pretty good amount of storage. The drawers here, again, are about 3 foot wide and 4 foot deep. We did a trim piece on the back as like a bump stop to keep them from going back any further. Well, that about wraps it up. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and if y'all have any questions, leave some comments below. I'd be happy to answer them. And as always, thanks for watching.